What's up, everybody? Good evening. Man, should we get some music? Like, I want music. I'm going to go share this on a stream real fast. For some reason, like, there's a little glitch in the matrix there, and it wasn't letting me share it direct. So I'm going to go see if I can do it right now. Hold on a second. But you know what I was thinking as I was setting up tonight's feed was, holy crap, like, what are we doing? I'm like, we're on social, like, just where has technology gone over the last, couple of years? It's insane at how much technology's advanced and grown, and just blows me away. So it's nutty. It's nutty. Just trying to load this up here. Boom. There's that. Nope. I'm just gonna hit share. How's everybody doing tonight, huh? Did you guys have a good weekend? Boom, post. Renee Torres, thank you for showing up. Appreciate you being here. Just shared it. Let me share this to my regular stream. Share. Okay. All right, right on. So, hey, I think I need my phone to do this one. Everybody, what's going on? Happy Monday to you. What we're doing every Monday night, you're roughly around 6 o'clock. I'm going to pop in. I'm going to go live, and I'm going to debrief. I'm going to break down. I'm going to talk to you about what I got from Grant Cardone's Strategy of the Week. So if you're not getting Grant's Strategy of the Week, it is totally free. Will cost you nothing but some eyeball time. So if you're not on it, let me know. Shoot an email out to just david@grantcardone.com, or shoot me a message. Somehow reach out to me and say, hey, get me on that thing. I want to watch. I want to participate. And then you can come join me here every Monday night. We're going to break it down. Okay. So this week, if you're looking up in the comment section here, what's the theme is going to be the real reason safe always loses, which is very counterintuitive to some of the things that we were taught when we were little kids, right? So if you think about when you were a little kid, you didn't have a lot of filters. You didn't have a lot of fear. A lot of the fear that we have as adults was learned, right? So then when you get into growing a business, being an entrepreneur, sales, right? Suddenly, safe is not going to be as helpful as you thought it was, or at least it's not as helpful as your mom told you, right? And it's great because Grant talks a lot about that, how his mom, just from a total place of love, was always trying to help him stay safe. And usually those are the things that wouldn't ultimately help him or get him to where he is right now. Product placement. So what I want to do on this thing with you, okay, whether you do it with me now or just when we're done, is I just want to like pull the covers back, just confront the issue. Let's just look at but first, I want to read you a poem. Poem time, okay? So this is one that I remind myself of on the regular. It's very, very important. It's very, very valuable. It is not from Grant. It is from Marianne Williamson, and here it goes. Gets credited to somebody else. If you can name it, maybe there'll be a little prize in there for you. Let me know who gets credit for this more than she does. But here we go. You ready? Speaking of the real reason safe always loses. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God, and playing small doesn't serve the world. Let me say that again. Your playing small doesn't serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. So This is something that I try and live by every single day. This is also something that more often than not, I will screw up every single day. This is also something that you can tell that dude right there lives by, okay? Because if you've ever been around Grant, our presence automatically liberates others. Just being around him is very liberating and empowering, right? Just even watch him live. Did you catch his live stream over the weekend on mentorship? Huge, right? So good, so good. I learned stuff from him all the time, and I've been working with him since 2011. I started following in 2003. I'm still learning new stuff. So here's the deal. So I preface that. I read this to you. I set this whole thing up because when we start looking at, as soon as I was reading the blog of the strategy of the week, the first thing that popped into my head was that line about you're playing small doesn't serve the world. So I want to challenge you right now to what I said in the comments, pull back the covers. How are you playing small? Are you? I know I have. We all do, right? So if you are, let's figure out some ways to knock that off because it's not helping anybody. It's not helping you. It's not helping the people you could influence or empower or give life to, okay? So the first piece of this blog goes into this, is that trying to avoid danger in a world that is filled with it, it's impossible, right? People are afraid to fly. And the irony of it is that you are in more danger in the car on your way to the airport than you are in the air. And I understand the whole thing about, right, like why, like jumping out of a plane. Again, probably in more danger driving to the airport than you are jumping out of the plane and landing safely. But one makes perfect sense, one makes no sense. And so I get it, okay? So what Grant goes on to say in his blog, though, is that bad things happen to good people every single day. And what I want to challenge you to do as you go through the blog is just start thinking about some examples. Now, he cites some examples that are very business related. In the blog, he talks about you're going to have to lose money sometimes before you can make money, right? As you go through your venture and you try new things and you screw up, you make mistakes, and that's costly. So you're going to lose money before you can make money. You're going to have customers bail out on you and then go to the competition. Happens, okay? Your wife leaves you, right? We could start going into country music lyrics and just figure out all the bad things that happen to bad people, bad things that happen to good people, right? All the time. So here's what you want to consider, okay? 2 what ifs, 2 would you considers, which are classic Cardonisms. Would you consider? What if it turned out by being careful and trying to avoid danger, people are actually putting themselves in more danger? And can you think about a time? This isn't just for me, this is also for you, right? So can you think about a time where being safe did more harm than good? Where trying to avoid danger actually got you in more trouble than what you were trying to avoid, right? Here's the other one, the next one. So what if it then turned out that the only way to reduce risk was to actually take risk? What if it turned out that the only way to reduce risk was to take risk? What are some risks that you know right now you should be taking? And if you, like, for example, cold calling. What are you putting on the line when you make a cold call? What are the rewards? That reward is greater than the risk. So that whole concept may seem actually counterintuitive. But the idea of a boat, for example, right? It's safer to be at sea than it is to be in port because a boat, talks about this in the strategy, was built to be at sea, out in the ocean. Tied up, can't really do anything. Like a horse. Horse can't run if it's tied up. He's tied up. What's he going to do, right? But when he's running, he could fall. He'd get hurt. But a horse was built to run. Okay, so he then goes on to talk about comfort being your biggest threat. Okay, and why? Why is comfort your biggest threat? Well, because in your effort to find it or maintain it, you're going to lose out on making some massive gains towards your potential. Nothing good, no growth does, will, or ever happen while you're in your comfort zone. So you want to do something every single day, kick yourself out of it. In fact, you should be getting out of it on the regular, okay? So the only way to guarantee your safety, he goes on to say in the blog, is to become obsessed with being the most dangerous person in your space. How are you dangerous now? Are you dangerous now? You're dangerous either way. So are you dangerous now because you're not doing anything and you are playing it safe? And there's danger in that and there's risk in that. Or are you dangerous because you're going out and making things happen? And that may freak other people out, which could be why you're not. So the last things you want to be doing right here out of the blog, don't live any more of your life cowering, being fearful, timid, or accommodating. Okay, so a couple different things you can do to start being dangerous. Grant lists off 4 that he has done that have been very, very helpful for him. Number 1, leave. Leave town. Leave your comfort zone. Leave the safe spot. Okay, so wherever you're at right now, if it is not serving you, it might make some sense to get the hell out of it. Okay. Grant says that 88% of all people live within a couple miles of where they grew up. Grant says that one of the best moves of his life was when he went to Miami, and that's pretty obvious if you look at where he was at in Beverly Hills versus where he's at now. Okay. So comfort is the enemy of the obsessed because safe always loses. To be dangerous, force yourself out of your comfort zone, like literally, and move. Okay? Try a new city. Number 2, connect with new people. Now, if you're an introvert, this is going to be even harder, but the fact that that is like that's important and probably why you should do it, okay? So regardless of where you are, where you live, if you're not moving, if you can't, then go out and get some new friends. Connect with some new people. Reach up into your sphere. Find people that have reached a high level of success above you that you haven't touched on yet and connect with those folks, okay? Number 3, be unpopular. It is totally okay. Totally okay to just be unpopular, okay? This is the success formula that Grant delivers to us. You got to get attention, okay? You're going to get some criticism. You're going to pick up some haters, okay? Then you're going to hit the admiration in the big time. You need to work that formula. And so therefore, it is totally okay to be unpopular. Okay? And you're going to find when you start getting out of your comfort zone, when you start leaving places that you've been and you start reaching up, the people that can't are going to try and pull you down, and it's not going to be a popular decision. They can be like, you changed. You're like, yeah, you didn't. Number 4, embrace new technology, okay? So think about some technologies that are out right now. The internet is obviously the main one, but what is going on within the internet? What are some things like, keep an eye on Gary Vaynerchuk, he tends to be at the forefront of that. Look for different mediums, different things that you can add or embrace. I haven't really messed around on it yet, but I'm looking at the TikTok deal. Like, what's going on with that thing, right? Looks very interesting to me. Looks like an awesome opportunity to get more attention for me and my business, right? And that's really what that should all be about. But to use it, I got to learn it. Consequently, that means I'm going to have to get myself uncomfortable. So don't be the comfortable, play it safe person. Is that you right now? And it doesn't have to be you all the time. Maybe you might be out and then slip in. So you want to start having some awareness of when you are and when you are not the play it safe person. Because anytime you're fearful of something, it might be an indication that that's something you should move towards. So when you think back, let's just go way back, 7th grade-ish. There's the girl. You want to dance with her. You're afraid to ask. You don't. Or you do. She says no. You walk away. I promise you, the pain of that is less than the pain of not doing anything. Okay? Because the flip side of that is she says yes because she doesn't know how to say no. because she was taught to be polite. So then you get to dance with the girl and you get to have a conversation and da, right? It's better to take the risk. It's better to be a little dangerous. Okay, so Grant's going to be the first to tell you that he is scared more often than not. Most of his career, he's been scared. And when he's not scared, that worries him more than when he is, because he's challenging himself with new things. Okay, so you want to convert fear into power. So if I'm going to give you a little additional exercise, some things to work on, is start thinking with, what is it that freaks you out now? Where do you get a little scared? Where does the fear kick in? And what can you do immediately to convert that fear into a power that you can use to move yourself as fuel, to propel? Okay, so fear can be your friend, it says. It can be an asset, a source of energy, creativity, and inspiration, right? Look, people motivate. This is like science, like old school psychology stuff. People are going to motivate two directions. They're either going to be moving away from something they don't want, or they're going to be moving towards something that they do. You are the exact same. Ironically, because survival is an instinct, we are far more motivated and far more likely energized by moving away from stuff we're not interested in, okay, than moving towards. Okay, so that's a dichotomy. There's some good and bad. That's also the reason that you will play it safe to avoid that, right? But if you can attach real pain to that avoidance so that you're moving away from the things that you don't want, for example, leave town, number one. 88% of all people live within a couple miles from where they grew up. Okay, that's not me. Now, I love my hometown where I grew up. I love Yucaipa. I love Redlands. And if anybody's watching this stream and stumbles on it, I miss you guys. I really do. I love that community. It is great, but it was not serving me. And it was not part of my big picture. It was not part of my goal. It was not part of my dream. It was time to go. Okay. And I was motivated by the pain of knowing that I got stuck in that town versus I was able to create a reality for myself. Okay. So there was some fear in doing that, moving away, being far, okay, but also there was a pull. So I was able to leverage the fear and the pull to move away from things I didn't want while moving towards the things that I did want. And fear was a great motivator for me. What fear was greater? Okay, so let's do, bottom line on that deal is you're not going to find any paths to success while in your comfort zone. You must get out of that, okay? So here's the safe always loses questions and answers, okay? These are things, I'm going to drop these for you, and these are some things you can just really start asking yourself to, you know, check yourself for, you know the rest, okay? Are you expanding and recreating who you are? Are you expanding and recreating who you are? Because if not, then you're stagnating, and that means flatline, and flatline is what? Death. Okay, so are you reaching for new audiences? You're reaching up for new people to be engaged with and to have engaged in you. If not, you are becoming obsolete. You might be obsolete right now because the biggest problem in any business is obscurity. If they don't know who you are, you're already obsolete. Okay, so you got to get known. Got to reach up. Are you creating new products? So think about your business. Now, even if you're a salesperson, okay, you're not, let's say you're in the auto industry. You're not General Motors. You are not Chevrolet. What new products are you creating? Think about it. Are you creating new products? What can you do? Like what I'm creating right now, what I'm doing for you, okay? This is a product. So this is going to wind up, this is being broadcasted live on Facebook. I'm going to download, I'm going to put it up on YouTube. I'm going to have another product. This is one other tool that anybody can then use for self-improvement and to help deeper understand Grant's strategy of the week. It's a product I'm creating. Costs nothing but for me, but time. Costs nothing for you, but time and energy. Okay. So what products can you create that are in line with your business? Okay. Products could be anything. Blogs, video, free seminars, webinars, right? How can you serve? And those are products that you create, okay? It's starting to get dark in here. Are you developing new streams of income? Same thing. Within the company that you're in, what other different types of ways can you get income to flow to you? Okay, it doesn't mean you have to get 15 different side hustles. One big fat hustle with a bunch of little mini streams, okay? Think about that for a second, because if not, you're on your way to losing money, Grant says. Are you the biggest fish in a small pond? I know a lot of these folks. And if that's the case, then you are getting into lazy mode, and that will come back to bite you. There will be a bigger fish. Or you're going to run out of food. You're going to die. All right, so are you the smartest person in the room? Big problem. It means you're going to be bored. Boredom is dangerous. Bad dangerous, not good dangerous. Are you always worried about one client? If that's the case, then your pipeline's not full, right? Are you scared at this very moment? And if you're not, then you're not doing anything big, okay? So speaking of getting out of your comfort zone, who's going to 10X Growth Con? Because you know what, if you've been watching these things, if you've been participating, you've been diving in with me, I'd love to meet with you there, right? The only way to do that is you got to get yourself a ticket. You got to come out to Las Vegas with us, and you got to join us. So if you want some more information on tickets and that sort of thing, give me a call, 310-777-0352, or just fire off an email out, david@grantcardone.com. What was the lesson? What'd you learn from this? What'd you learn from Grant's strategy? Why safe always loses? Did I at least sell that point to you that you got to go out and be more dangerous? Okay, because that's the point. Okay, and fear. Here's the number one thing I got out of it. I don't know about you, but what I got out of it is that it's okay to be scared. It's okay, like you should be. It's a good thing. Grant writes about this in the 10X rule. I don't know how many times I've gone over it, but just reading this reinforces it and gives me permission to get out of my comfort zone and be free in it and feel okay to be scared. So what? It's just fear. It's not going to kill you, right? So next week we'll have a new post. We'll have a new debrief. Thank you so much for being with me today. Appreciate your time. Appreciate your energy. Let's get you out of your comfort zone. A great way for you to do a micro move. Right? What were these things? What were the four again? Leave town. Okay, so 10X Growth Con. If you don't live in Las Vegas, that means you're going to leave town. Okay, it's a great way to connect with some new people. The people back home, they're going to give you a hard time for doing it, right? Because seminars, that's a bunch of crap, right? So good, you'll be unpopular, right? And then you get in front of a whole bunch of new technology. So come join us. Okay, it's February 21st and 23rd. Get your tickets. Call me for them, 818-427-5188. That's my cell, 310-777-0352. Have a great, awesome week. Talk to you next week. I'm scared. Are you scared?